Hi, this is Paul Goodwin with your Cabot Weekly Video Review. It's hard to argue with a week that's produced advances in the market, but it's also been a kind of an indecisive week with a good employment numbers on Wednesday giving way to bad employment numbers on Thursday, and the market reacting accordingly. They're just it depends on your attitude toward the market depends on kind of what time frame you look at it. This is the daily chart for the S&P 500, and you can see we've had a nice uptrend here. But our top is here, and you just don't know. There isn't much usable here. And if you look at the weekly chart for the S&P, you can see that we're not that far advanced from where we were a year or even more ago. So I would say that it is definitely just a stock picker's market, that you're not going to get huge support from the broad market except in selected sectors. And that's what you need to be looking at. It's a time to be careful with your portfolio management, but finding the right stocks and handling them well can definitely pay dividends. It's earnings season, and earnings season is about breakouts. I just wanted to I think I've talked about this before, but I just wanted to show you a few breakouts and maybe show you a little bit about the difference between ones that you can actually trust or invest in and ones that you can't. Here's a little one called Affimax. This stock was up 26% in one day. I'll get to the daily chart here. But this is a kind of a common sort of thing when you have a stock that has had a huge drop, all the way from 22 down to single digits, and then puts a little base here, and then they get some good news and they go up 26%. But a jump like that off a fairly useless base because it has had such a huge drop isn't really very useful. Here's one that's a little more useful. This is a Kraton Performance Polymers, and here we have a nice base being built here, and then the stock does a really nice advance, moves out to new highs, and then when earnings hits, it takes off, and it takes off on big volume. So you just want to be sure that that when you're seeing a stock that's making a large up move, or when you read strongest performers for the day, you want to be sure that you're not getting something that is just coming off such a low base that it doesn't represent a genuine move. In the cloud computing area, which is one of the strongest in the market right now, here's NetApp. And again, NetApp has this nice slightly rising base here, then takes off, and it's a beautiful looking chart, and it's hard to do better than that. And earnings are also good. And CTXS, again, you have the base, you have the leap up on earnings, and then, as is typical when you get a huge volume up day, the stock just keeps moving up. So good looking chart, I think. Just wanted to look at the Halter USX China Index. Again, what you see here, it depends on the time frame which you look at it. This is the index that I use to do the timing for the Cabot China and Emerging Markets report. And it's lovely to see that we have the index has moved up. It has moved up above both its 25 and its 50-day moving average. And that lower moving average is moving up, which is what gives us the buy signal. But if you look at it in the weekly chart, you see that the index has basically been trading sideways for more than a year. So these small up and down moves, oscillations within the 5,000 to about 5,600 area are useful for stock pickers, and they will help you to find stocks that will bring you good performance, but will require a great deal of management. And if you're an index person or a buy and hold person, you're probably going to want to be a little more heavily in cash right now. So there are things to find, and we're finding some of them, but you can't really say that the market is providing true, genuine, usable support. So that's all for this week. We'll see you again next week. Thanks.